I'm saying, we gotta keep going. Oh my god! That was. You! Alrighty. Oh, what's going on, everyone? It's 45 Lampkin Lane. Let me make sure this thing's alright. That should be alright. How's everybody doing? I'm glad to see you guys. Honestly, I was in the hospital for a week. I started getting some pain up here in my chest and stuff. And, it started getting real deep. I thought it was from doing the molds. So, let me get a little closer to the mic here. If you make masks, you'll notice, that molds are wicked heavy. And, not you'll notice. If you make molds, rather, they're heavy. They're stone. So, my molds are probably about 60 pounds a piece or something like that. So I figured lifting one of them gave me some sort of, muscle strain or something, right? And, yeah, so I thought it was that. So I tried to wait like a couple days, and then it was got really bad. And, I was like, I'm just going to walk to the hospital. It's not that far. I knew it was dinner time, and I know all the guys at the firehouse, so I didn't want to bother them. I know that sounds ridiculous. But I didn't think it was that bad even at that point. So, when I started walking to the hospital, I realized that, shit, I can't make it any further. So I stopped at the fire department, and luckily, obviously, they understood. They were awesome. And they took me into Natick. Oh, yeah. And then so when I got in there, they were like, we can't let you go. All your tests are abnormal and shit. I was like, what? Abnormal? It was so scary, man. And they said I had, spots on my lungs and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was pretty scary. I was in there for a week. They pumped me with antibiotics. They stabbed me everywhere, of course. I had to get this shot. It's like heparin or something like that. And basically makes your blood, it makes it flow better. Makes it so it doesn't clot because you're laying in a bed. So they do that through the stomach. So I got stabbed in the stomach every day, twice. Or 3 times a day for a week, which is pretty rough. So that was, yeah. But anyways, we're back. And I don't know if you guys can hear me that well on this thing. I'm going to try to bring this a little forward here. Yeah. So that should be a little better. Yeah, so today, what do we got on the list? I had a list with me. Where did I put it? So, we'll do a quick backdraft review, and I know it isn't out yet, so this is big. I don't know, maybe I just won't do any spoilers. I know people probably aren't going to see it. But, for the quick, and they're going to get my $20. I know it's not out yet. Don't worry, nothing was, no illegal wrongdoing was done. But yeah, so, I mean, this movie was everything that people were probably expecting it to be. But let me say, this movie, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad movie. It's just, if you're looking for a backdraft movie, it's not the movie for you. It's not the movie for any real hardcore backdraft fan. Yeah, it's like the main character's son, but he's an arson investigator, and that's all it focuses around. The original Backdraft did too, but it was more fire related. You would follow the fire department to the fires that were being set and all that shit. They used 2 trucks. One of them wasn't even a ladder. It felt like Romania pretending to be Chicago, which is what it was. So it's just kind of, I'm just noticing now too that I have a change of an appearance. By the way, I just want to say for the record, I had some business to tend to today, and I couldn't look shaggy like I usually do. So, Now you're gonna have to deal with the 18-year-old looking ex Miller. But yeah, so there were some cool things in there. The arsonist from the original was in it. The guy that was in jail, Donald Sutherland plays him. Obviously, De Niro probably wasn't ever gonna come back to this, right? Kurt Russell's dead. Scott Glenn's dead in the first Backdraft. Somebody wrote in the comments too that it looked like a glorified CSI episode when they watched it, and that's pretty accurate. It seemed like just a really good CSI episode for the Chicago Fire Department. It was very small, there wasn't a lot of things happening in the movie. Trying to do this without spoiling it. And they made a very big mistake with William Baldwin's character. It does, some of it does not make sense. And, this might be one of those things where, like the Hulk, they attempted to make that how many times before the studios felt they got it right? So, hopefully, they might, maybe someday they'll do it justice, like a good one, and I'm not saying this one was bad, but one thing that, it's like, they had a featurette, and it was like, they were trying to show you how authentic shit in the movie's gonna be, like, the gear that actual Chicago Fire Department uses and all that stuff. But then it's like you have these horrible trucks, so it just kind of cancels everything out. Maybe they thought that we would skim by that. I don't know. Check it. It's not terrible, though. Check it out for yourself and make the judgment yourself, It made me appreciate Chicago Fire a little more, though. When you actually look at it, that's a really accurate show, Despite one fire station showing up for massive fires and all that. But I think they got better with that over the seasons. Now it's like, if it's a significant fire, you'll see, the appropriate amount of apparatus and appropriate amount of personnel. Yeah, I don't know. You could just tell it wasn't Chicago, and they did film in Chicago, but it wasn't they didn't film any fires or anything in Chicago, so they literally just filmed Chicago to be like, hey, this is in Chicago. So, like, and I'm pretty sure they might have CGI'd this Chicago cityscape into some scenes. That's kind of what it looked like to me. Yeah. So, the ending was pretty lackluster. I can't really go too much forward into it. I'm going to do a spoilery review once the movie drops. But, at least give people a shot to get the movie out. But when you watch this trailer and you say to yourself, oh, it's probably not, it's what you would expect, right? There's not really any surprises in it that are nods to the old film, aside from Billy Baldwin and Donald Sutherland, And Donald Sutherland is amazing in it, though. He's pretty good. That was pretty entertaining. I was entertained, It's just I was waiting for something that wasn't coming, which was something a little more than what I was seeing. I don't know. It was small, like I said. Backdraft was a big movie. It seemed like the city was really going through this turmoil with the fire department. So it seemed very real, you know what I mean? But, it's all good. It's just a shame the truck couldn't make an appearance in the movie. And these movies have a weird thing where they do what they want. You know what I mean? It's like they don't care. You could have the original Michael Myers mask in pristine condition, and it's like nowadays, like, we're going with something else. And it's like, why? That's the thing. So I was a little confused when they had the truck at their disposal and didn't capitalize on that. That might have saved the movie for some people. Like, okay, you might have not so great scenes. The actors were great, so that was good. But then if you would have had the original truck in there, then it'd be like, oh, All right, but you know what? You could tell they tried. They put the original truck in there, and I promise that would have made the movie a little better for some people. Um, these new movies should be very much about nostalgia as much as they are about good stories. Continuation of the tradition of the movie that they made. But anyways, lots of firemen hated that movie anyways, the first one. So, and it's so funny because a lot of guys became firemen because of Backdraft, and now years later they're all edgy and they're like, well, that was actually a wicked, false depiction of the fire department, especially when they're in fires, and it's like, you'd never go in the fire without a tank. Well, I got news for you, dude. Go look up some Chicago fire videos, like real, not the show, the Chicago Fire Department. Look up some of those videos from the 90s, and you'll definitely see some of those guys were not wearing tanks, and they were on roofs. They were coming out of windows, so that means they were inside. People just don't want to give it credit. I don't know why. Because some fire, they're like, they get mad that that's what made you want to be a fireman. My house burnt down, so it wasn't Backdraft for me, but because for people watching that don't know this, I mean, if you're randomly watching this and you're a new person to me, I'm on the fire department and I'm trying to get on a bigger fire department. But Backdraft wasn't the reason like it is for some guys. And some guys, it was 9/11 did it. They're like, I got to do this shit, and that's fine too. If Backdraft made you want to be a fireman, that's fucking cool. If Ladder 49 made you want to be a fireman, that's cool. If 9/11 made you want to do the job, that's fine too. I know a kid actually who's a fireman because of 9/11. So it's, it's not bad. I mean, I don't mean to compare 9/11 to movies. I just realized I was doing that. But what I mean is, there's a weird belief that you have to come out of the womb wanting to be a fireman. It's got to be in your blood and passion. And that's true. But it's like, I'm just saying you could get your passion from any of what I listed. You could see firemen on the news and stuff and want to be. It's all the same is what I'm trying to say. You want to do it for a good reason, right? I mean, you saw in the movie they were doing something good, so that's what you want to do. That's fine. It's not like you saw Halloween and wanted to become Michael Myers. So, well, that's that. I'm not going to go too much further into that. There's no business shout-outs this week. You guys say that people don't support you, all that stuff, and all I hear is, oh, you support this guy, but you won't support... It's like, come on, dude. Drop your business in my message box, and I'll drop it here, dude. And we're not going to make fun of you or nothing like that. I'm going to drop your business and shout you out. And I've seen a couple people who have never shared my art page who claim to be really, really good friends of mine, and you'll share other people's mass pages that you met like 2 years ago. I don't like that, honestly. I just got to be honest. That's not cool. Because I would help you. I would like your stuff. I would share your stuff. And it's because I go way back with you. I got loyalty. But to see some of these people share stuff, they have no idea. Oh, support my friend. It's like, oh, all right. I got no problem with that. I'm a nice guy. I probably even liked what the dude posted. But it's the fact that the bottom line is support your friends, dude. Showing off for people you don't really know. They don't care about you like your real friends do, But anyways, no business shout-outs, no contest entries, so obviously, whatever. I got to set that up a little better, though. That's kind of my fault. First of all, if you don't watch the podcast, you might not know. So I'll put in the description of the freaking podcast that we'll put your business page there. All right. Game of Thrones. I see. First of all, let me start this off by saying I've been getting a lot of hate recently for watching WWE. And I gotta say, man, it's all the same shit. This dude, who shall remain nameless. And actually, a lot of people did it, so it's all good. It's not anyone that's like close to me or a friend of mine or anything like that, so don't worry about it. I'm not like subliminally talking ish about one of my friends here, but This dude didn't make fun of me. It was like, how can you watch that? You're 30, whatever. I'm like, dude, really? And then he posts a status about how he cried over a dragon on Game of Thrones. Don't do that, dude. It makes you look bad. I got news for you. It's all the same entertainment. If I can watch WWE, you can watch people flying around on dragons. I mean, it's literally Dungeons and Dragons, and you're sitting here dissing me. I got no problem with Game of Thrones. I think it's probably a good show. I'm not into the medieval stuff, so I never got into it. But I'm definitely a fan of I'm a fan of the fans, honestly. I like how the fans take it so serious. But it upsets me that some of them are also WWE haters. When it's the same thing. We're watching a fantasy soap opera as well, That actually, whatever, So it's just annoying. So if you watch Game of Thrones, do not come at me about WWE. Ever. 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 And that's it. That's no disrespect to anybody. I wanted to do this thing where it's called, please go back on. Funny comments of the week. Funny internet comments of the week. And I'm going to start this off by one that I've shared for a very long time now. It's so freaking funny. So on WWE's post, I'll post these too, like as screenshots. I'm going to try to get them up here while I'm talking, because I do have the mic going, so I could probably post screenshots of it. And I'll post them in separate posts or whatever. But, so, okay. WWE Kane. He just, he posted some video or something like that. And some guy named Obed, that's Obed, Prosper Phillip, writes, The Demon Kane, he wrote, The Demon Kane in quotations. If I come to dat, WWE, I promise I will overcome you 100% sure. And it's like, all right, some people mess around, they like to play into the kayfabe. Then he goes on to write, just help me with visa from Nigeria to USA. Bro, for real? Yeah, I'm going to come to the USA. I promise I'm going to beat you, Kane. But first, help me with my visa from Nigeria to USA. Then we'll talk. Because I'm sure I could beat you. But let me get my... just help me with the visa. And I'm 100% sure I could beat you after that. So, Mr. Obed, I'm not sure if you're serious or what. But, first of all... If you wanted to take this technical and literal, it's like you're threatening him, and then it's like, if he rewards you by helping you with your visa to Nigeria to USA, then you'll beat him 100%. Like, that's the trade-off. What is wrong with people? And then some people are like, well, they're from another country. It's like, yeah, but you don't fucking understand basic human thinking. Like, I know lots of people from other countries that are very smart people, and I don't know what's going on. If this guy has some sort of issue, I'm certainly not trying to make fun of him, but my goodness gracious, that was some of the funniest shit I ever seen on the internet. And I just wrote, ha ha ha, oh my god, holy shit, something like that. And then so 50 Cent's been posting a bunch of funny shit, dude. He's been just punking everyone. I think it was, Chrissy Teigen or something was like, oh my god, love me, Fofty. Like, Fofty, please. Fofty, please. Alright, so on one of 50 Cent's posts, you got a guy, Devin Allison, and he writes, yo, Chingalingy, in prison, sign me, my nicka. And that's with, K, so I don't mean to... it's the N word there. There's no G's. It's like with Nikka. So forgive me if people take offense to that. Certainly I don't mean it like that. But okay, so and then he goes on to say, somebody give me contract. I am the next big thing. And it's like, what do these people think? You're just gonna come on to a viral post? I think it's because they have access to these people, so they think like, well, they don't have access really. First of all, 50 probably doesn't even run that friggin' page. And then he goes, "It's me, Fifth. Come on now." Oh, all right. Well, since it's you, Devin Allison, then he's gonna give you that contract. My goodness. I mean, it's one thing. I see people in there posting their work, like their songs and shit. It's one thing to do that, but to be like, "Hey, I'm the next big thing. What are you doing? Help me." Blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh my God. You people are crazy. Got a dry ass nose for some reason. Yeah, nothing really too new. I wanted to show you guys something cool though. It's an actual rotting Michael Myers mask. Check this thing out. And some people are going to be like, cool, how long do you get that from Tots? But I just want everyone to know this thing's been in sort of direct sunlight. Let me move the camera a little over. Like direct sunlight. So I understand why it's messed up. But it's cool, man. It has all the... Check this out. It sort of has the rot marks that you're seeing in all these sort of new movies like Rob Zombie and stuff. Check that out, dude. That's crazy, bro. Pretty cool. The light's not picking it up really, but it's like yellow all around it. Where's the other spot? The neck. This is what real rot looks like. And it's just dry as a bone, dude. And it's like, see that? Oh, that's so cool. Oh, yeah. I mean, I bet you if you put it on, it'd be cool. But the thing with rotting latex, smells like ass, bruh. Like straight up ass crack, bro. Smells like a fart for some reason. But, why is it getting all blurry? I don't understand this camera. It's very odd. Like, it's definitely a high definition camera, but there's something about it. And you notice I got my... Did you guys see... Maybe I'll post the link in here. Kane, the Mayor Kane. He was holding an event, and some guy, you know, it's clearly whatever, it's story mode, whatever it is, this guy keeps coming up to him and, like, kind of pressuring him to get off the stage, and he's like, "Hey, you do know who I am, right?" And then the guy's like, "Yeah, you're the mayor," whatever. He goes, "Yeah, I am the mayor, but, also," and then he, like, pulls the Kane mask out of the bag and puts it on and chokeslams a guy through a table on the stage, bro. I was like, oh, no. I really applaud Glenn for doing that, because that's so cool. It's like he's still doing things for the fans, although he's a very serious politician in that he's the mayor of Knox County now in Tennessee. So I thought that was pretty dope. So I wanted to sort of, not do a tribute, but this is like one of my favorite masks I own, man. The Demon Kane. I made it. But this is this is not an original sculpt. This is the Demon Kane sculpt. And I've been talking with, I'll just say it right now. Tots was gonna pick this up, but for whatever reason, you know, Justin's really busy. He had found great success lately. Not that he hasn't, but now it seems like he's just really busy. He told me, I'm not going to reveal too much because I don't like, you know, especially if I don't run it by people, I don't like to say too many things. But, you know, we might still be working together. I'm not sure yet, but it's just very cool that they considered me, and I really appreciate, that was very cool that they considered me to be part of their team and you know, let my Kane mask get out there, because I initially said, dude, I'm you know, in my head I'm like, I messaged them, I'm like, I'm the Kane guy, and I want to see about really getting it officially out there. I don't want to make masks behind you guys' back if that's now your license. And they respected that, You know, because a lot of guys just, oh, fuck, I'm just going to compete with them and make my own. And that's not what I wanted to do. I love the mask game, and Trick or Treat Studios is awesome. So I reached out, and, yeah. We'll see. Maybe sometimes something will come with that. But yeah. I like this, though, because if you look here, I attached the wig to it, which is hard. But, it has so, like, if you want, you could just remove the wig. It's got, like, the top strap has a Velcro. And, it's just like Kane's real mask, too. His is the same way. It's got the wig sewn into his, which is a little different, but. And so. This mask, whenever somebody wears it, it just really, it's got a great striking resemblance to Kane when he wears his. It's probably it's the most accurate mask I've probably made for what it is, you know what I mean? And I'm probably gonna start hitting the conventions again in the Kane costume. It's kind of tough to do that, though, because, I don't know, I've lost a lot of weight now. And obviously Kane is gigantic. So I can't stand when people, like some people have commented, and, you know, I almost got in a fight with some guy because, I don't know. I don't want to keep elaborating that, but he wanted to diss me and all that. But I love this mask, dude. This is one of the best masks I've ever made. Ugh. You get the wig attached. The hardest thing is making the hair look sweaty. You know what I mean? But not bad. I absolutely love this mask. Let's go ahead and take that off. But yeah, so it was kind of crazy that we had no business shout outs this week. I don't know why, but I was really looking forward to doing that. Come on. Yeah. So, but if you do have a business and you want me to shout it out, I'll do it. Just, you know, I'm not mad or anything. Just send me, in, inbox on Facebook, and, we'll get it done. Is there something on the screen or something? I'm not even gonna touch it. Maybe I have to clean the screen. I don't know. It's like all blurry now. But yeah, that's probably gonna do it for this week. We didn't have really much to go on. I'm still trying to get guests. I want to, you know, it's tough. There's so many things I want to do. And again, I say this every week, but we're still trying to, we're still trying to get our wings and our legs for the show. And, I don't know, you know, you search for material, you're trying to figure out the right things to do. I like personally being with somebody and bouncing stuff off of them because they bring out the funny in me. It's like I want to be a comedian and be funny for you guys, but I don't like when things come out forced and all that. Some things I do are natural. I've always just been such a goofy dude. You know, the Shaggy impressions. Shaggy! Which I don't know why I do those. I still, to this day, don't know why I do those. But, yeah. I don't know. What else has been going on? There was something else I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Let's see my Freddy deck. Check this out. Gangsta Freddy. This is obviously a homage to the Run DMC. You got him dressed up as or you know, whatever. Just that's like the general style of rap back in the day. Fofty, please. What else? I don't know. That's pretty much it. I know I'm gonna think of a billion things when I get off of here, but I hope everyone has a good week. No, it's Monday. Or no, it's not. No, it's Wednesday. Jeez. Got my days mixed up. When are you laying in a hospital bed, bro? Everything gets messed up. I've had high anxiety. I've had to make a lot of life changes. By all means, we didn't have a beer today. So this is a little slower, but I feel much better. I don't remember if you guys were watching the last one. I felt like a 70-year-old man. And, things haven't been going the best for me over the years. Struggling with anxiety and depression and being 30 years old and not being on the fire department yet. I told you I was on the fire department earlier, so now you're like, what the hell is this kid talking about? What I meant is, the fire department I want, which is my hometown. I'm on a fire department now that only lets me do ambulance. So, and it's, it's not because of something I did. It's not because they're whatever. It's just, that's how it is there, I'm not on the fire side there. I'm on the EMS side on the fire department. So it's like my house burnt down when I was 2 years old. I've said this in a podcast before, but so ever since then I've wanted to be a fireman, and I just love everything about the fire department and the brotherhood and all that. And it's so maybe I would be depressed anyways. I don't know. I've had a really rough life. I've seen way too much that a kid at a certain age shouldn't see, When I was very young, this man tried to basically hurt me, my mother, and my sister, and my sister saved our lives and stabbed the guy, right in front of us. But that was to save us. So it's like, going through that, the house fire, I was in a foster home. I kind of got bullied in the foster home. I had to fight my way out of, getting bullied in a foster home. They made me sit, for hours one night because I don't like squash, and they were, trying to make me eat the squash. And I don't know. I don't even know why I'm saying all of this right now. But I guess it all goes back to this is why I try to entertain people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for a handout. I'm going to do this all myself, dude. And if you want to come along for the journey, you're more than welcome. I would love to have a partner on this show, man. Someone that's sitting right here or right here, and Mike Matos, which is sort of a family cousin friend of ours. I call him my cousin just because he's family, dude. There's, some people are family, and you address them as such, after a certain point, people become family. So that's what Mike is, and he's a funny bastard, and he's somebody that agreed to be a partner on the show. But actually, he had bronchitis, and so he couldn't make the shows we wanted to try it out with, which was a couple weeks ago. So hopefully we can get him on here. And, yeah. So, again, I want you to drop your business here if you want me to drop, whatever it is you want, dude. If you got a mask business, if you got, dude, and this goes for anybody. If you got a landscaping business, I'll plug you. I don't care. You know what I mean? Some people that listen to this need landscapers. Some of them need dog walkers. Some of them need, oh shit, we can't give them that. I ain't even, I'm just kidding. Anything you want, we'll shout it out on here. And, tell me how you like the funny comments of the week. Maybe not. We're just looking for things that stick. We're not necessarily, I should say, I'm not necessarily looking to get over or anything like that. That's a wrestling term. But I'm just sort of trying to see what works and what entertains you guys, because that's what I want to do. I'm not again, I said this before, I'm not an ex NFL guy. I've never fought. I wasn't previously UFC, WWE. I'm not a celebrity. I know a few people, but I don't know, though. It's up to you guys. It seems like this podcast ain't getting much attention. And but that's all right. We just got to keep plugging away and keep going and not stop, you know? And then, like, it might just take one episode for someone to be like, oh, you know, I kind of enjoy this. And then they'll go back. And, yeah, I need a base. You know, I always feel like something is missing and I can't figure out what it is. You know, being funny's easy. Playing characters is easy. But, yeah. It depends, like, how you play those skits. Like, I want to do real skits. Like, you know what I mean? Not just sitting here in this chair. I want to have a skit before the show comes on or something. Because oh my God. I want to do a show so bad. And, you know, I'd appreciate if everyone likes the Halloween 2, The Death of Haddonfield fan film page. That's ours. And, that's come, and I don't know what the fuck to say. Come on, dude. So I say it again. Dude, really? I'm going to end this shit with a Wendy's rant. So I went to Wendy's last night. And, you know, I just wanted, first of all, fat man special. Went to Burger King, got 2 rodeo burgers, fries, and nuggets. The nuggets were for my girl. So what does my fat ass do? I'm passing Wendy's and I pull in. But, you know, there's a method to my madness. I wanted they have huge, like, cherry vanilla Cokes now, and I love fountain drinks. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get one of those. My girl was like, all right, get me some chili from there. So after waiting 15 minutes, 15 minutes in line, there's 2 cars in front of me. I pull up. The lady's giving me tons of attitude. I don't know why. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm nice to everybody, right? And she goes, $5.65. Oh, I mean $6.65. And I said, all right. So my dumbass, I give her $7. I don't look at the freaking receipt. I get all the way home, bruh. Next town over. And I look at the receipt, and it says $5.65. I was so mad, dude, that I drove back there to get my dollar back. And I waited another 15 minutes in the line. I don't know what it is with that Wendy's. First of all, the king treated me like proper, right? Gave us the proper amount of whatever we asked for, you know, didn't overcharge us the extra dollar. I don't know whether she was trying to pocket that shit or whatever the hell she was doing, man, but yeah. And yeah, it's just the principle of the matter. Like, is this really what you're protesting for $15 for? And if so, I agree with you. Yeah, you do deserve the $15. But if it's going to be service like that, you deserve the 1.5 with the period before the 5. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed my rant. Fofty, please. Alright, that's going to do it for this week's Lampkin Lane. Tell me what we could do to improve. You know, if you like this format, let me know. If there's something we could do. Hey, Alex, maybe you should do a movie review every week. It's like, alright, we'll make that comedic. We'll do something. Or, you know, whether it's reviewing. I don't really like reviewing stuff that I made. It's just kind of corny, I guess. I don't know. I like this was the Tots Halloween 6 mask that I showed you guys. So that wasn't, I didn't make that, but, you know, the Demon Kane mask, all that stuff. I don't know. We're just looking for wings. And, yeah, I told you I was going to end on a Wendy's rant, so that's probably what I'm going to do. Again, drop your business page, 45 Lampkin Lane. Holla at us on Facebook. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.